Let's take some time to talk about something extremely important in today's property market: harmonization. One of the most common questions I get is, what's the expected PSF I'm comparing with other projects? And my question back to you is, are you comparing pre-harmonization or post-harmonization PSF? Because if you're not aware of the differences, you could be comparing apples to oranges. So before we move on, remember to like, share and subscribe if you find my analysis helpful for you. So what exactly is harmonization? In September 2022, the Urban and Redevelopment Authority (URA) announced that the definition of GFA would be standardized across several statutory boards, including URA, SLA, BCA, and SCDF. The key changes are summarized as follows. All agencies' floor areas will be measured to the middle of the wall. All strata areas will be included as GFA, and all voids will be excluded from strata area. In summary, it means the way developers calculate unit sizes has been standardized. Previously, certain non-livable spaces could be included in the total square footage. For example, aircon ledge, large balconies, double volume airspace, certain void areas. All of this could form part of the official square footage. So on paper, the unit looked bigger, but were you actually able to use all of that space? So what happens with harmonization? With harmonization, the reported size now reflects more accurately the internal usable space. The unit size on paper may appear smaller, and immediately people will say, wow, the PSF is higher. But here's the key. The real question is not whether the PSF is higher. The real question is, how much usable space are you getting for your total quantum? Let's look at a real-life example. Let's take a look at these two projects. One Holland V OHV and Skye at Holland. These projects are located in Holland Village, and I'm comparing this because they are just opposite one another. So location-wise, they are pretty much equal. One Holland V was launched in the end of 2019, so this is a non-harmonized project. Skye at Holland was launched in 2025, and this is a harmonized project. So now let's say your friend owns a 2-bedroom at One Holland V, 797 square feet, and you are looking at a 2-bedroom at Skye at Holland at 678 square feet. Your friend will probably say, wow, mine is 119 square feet bigger. Yes and no. So why yes and no? Yes, on paper, it is 119 square feet bigger. But is that 119 square feet fully usable? Let's look at the layouts. At One Holland Village, you directly enter into a galley kitchen on the left. The balcony is almost 3/4 the size of your living and dining area. Aircon ledge is included in the 797 square feet. Now let's look at Skye. You get an enclosed kitchen, larger and more efficient living and dining space. Balcony is proportionally smaller. Bedrooms are also bigger, and aircon ledge is not included in the 678 square feet. So although the unit is smaller on paper, the livable internal space may actually feel more efficient. So after comparing both layouts, which one would you prefer? Of course, before you can answer this question, it goes down to the most important factor, the price. The average transacted 2-bedroom pricing at One Holland Village is approximately 2.278 million, and Skye at Holland is approximately 1.994 million. So let's summarize. The harmonized unit is smaller on paper, has more efficient usable space, was transacted at a lower average price. So as a buyer, which one would you choose? For many people, it's quite straightforward. What does this mean for you? Harmonization changes how you should evaluate property. You cannot simply look at PSF, paper size, or headline numbers. You must evaluate usable internal layout, quantum, livability, and long-term exit comparability. If you compare a harmonized project with a non-harmonized one without adjusting for this, you may misjudge value. Harmonization is one of the most important structural changes in our property market today. It doesn't mean that prices are artificially inflated. It just means that reporting has become more transparent. So, the next time someone tells you this project is more expensive PSF-wise, be the smarter one and question them, pre or post-harmonization. So if you like help breaking down any project you're considering, feel free to reach out. Understanding this properly can save you from making a very expensive comparison mistake. If you have learned something today, please remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.